Before we can dive into our tactical practices, I want to dispel some of the myths and sort out some of these misconceptions that for a long time have existed about SEO. And look, SEO has changed over the years. In 1999, in 2001, when SEO was sort of getting its start and was in this infantile stage, a lot of these things that I'm going to point out to you were true, and now they are not. And I think it's dangerous that for 15 years these misconceptions have stuck around. So let's dive in, try and dispel a few of them right now. First off, let's talk about domain names. Say you are trying to rank for camera lenses. Will it really be helpful to you to register cameralenses.com and make that your primary site, or cameralenses.io, or cameralenses. Imagine any TLD you want in there? The answer is maybe a tiny bit from a pure SEO perspective, in that Google will see, hey, those terms and phrases are in the domain name. When people link to you, they'll probably use that name, right? That name kind of now becomes your business name. And so as they're linking to you, that's how they describe you. So for that one term and terms and phrases related to it, you could get a small benefit. But it will hurt you in big ways too. This is a very hard name to brand, right? Amazon didn't choose ecommerce.com. They didn't choose buyeverythingonytheinternet.com. They chose a name that was brandable and could build an association with it. For the most part, the best practices that apply to branding apply to SEO as well. And because branding has so much more of an impact in terms of the press and PR that you can achieve, the memorability of your brand and the type-in traffic that you get, how people search for you on the web, whether they link to you, whether they choose to look at cameralenses.com. That sounds a little fishy. People have had bad associations for the last 15 years with exact match domain names, and so now they look for brands that they know and love and trust and recognize. This is going to be very hard to get into that world, and so I generally recommend against doing it. Second one, keyword repetition and stuffing. Oh, maybe I should have a page like this, camera lenses. The best camera lenses are camera lenses that lens right on the camera. No, this is a terrible idea. It totally worked, but in the 1990s, we are a long way from that. Stuffing keywords will not help you. Stuffing keywords will hurt you, because when people come to your site, come to your page from Google search results, if they see text like this, even if it's shoved down at the bottom of the page and that kind of thing, it suggests a spamminess, a sketchiness, a non-trustworthiness that will get people clicking that back button. And like we talked about, pogo sticking is a very dangerous signal. So I would try and avoid this at all costs. I would put the keyword in my title element. I would put it intelligently in the body so that someone knows that that's what I'm talking about. But then I would serve the visitor. Worry about them, and most of the rest of your keyword targeting stuff will be taken care of. Number 3, SEO is about meta tags, right? Oh boy. Well, this one's complicated, because the answer is mostly no. When people think they're talking about, oh, SEO is mostly about my meta tags, they think, I don't have to change what's on the page. I just have to put keywords and the right keywords in the right order into the meta tags, which no one but the search engines will see. Why would the search engines care about something that no visitor can see? So technically, the title element of a page is a meta tag, and it is important. You should worry about that page element. You should make your title compelling. That'll be your snippet. It's also what shows up at the top of the browser. Same with your headline, right? That should probably match your title. The meta description tag is important, because that's what Google uses as the snippet right underneath your title in search results. But it's not about keywords. It's about convincing someone who's reading a short 1 or 2 sentence long description of your page that they should click on that page rather than anything else. This is really, the meta description tag is about ad copy. It's about selling yourself to a searcher who's just performed that query and trying to make them come to your site. It will not help you to have camera lenses repeated in your description even one time necessarily. You might want to put it in there because it helps convey the information, but repeating it 3, 4, 5 times, useless. The meta robots tag tells robots whether they can crawl and index the links on the page and the page content itself. So yes, it's a meta tag. It's only really important if you want to restrict crawling. By default, Google assumes that they can crawl everything on the web, everything in your private life. They have the little camera that hovers around all of us now, monitoring everything we do. Kidding, sort of. But the meta robots tag is important if you want to block bots, or if you want to say, hey, Bots, don't follow any of the links on this page, but yes, you can index the content. Or don't index the content of this page, but yes, you can follow the links on this page. Rel canonical, the rel tag, like that is part of the metadata of a page, and this is merely to say which version of a page you might want Google to visit. We'll talk more about duplicate content and canonicalization later. And then I put schema here, but there's many, many opportunities and options around schema.org and schema types of data that you can mark up a page with to give it a rich snippet, potentially in Google. So you might give a star rating, for example, for a product if you have product ratings, or you might give an image that someone could associate with a recipe if you have a recipe site in that schema data. All that stuff, totally fine. Things to ignore. The meta keywords tag, totally useless. There's one use for it. If you would like to tell all of your competitors every keyword that's valuable to you, and you want them all to know which keywords to go target, by all means, use the meta keywords tag. SEOs love when you do that. Honestly, don't do it. Don't use it. And most everything else, right? Most every other meta tag, not important. So look, there's some technical stuff around metadata that still matters, but putting keywords, stuffing keywords into meta tags, that is not SEO in 2015. Will Facebook help me rank? Well, the answer is sort of, but indirectly. And that's actually true for all of these networks, Google+, Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. All of them may help you rank, but it's indirectly. It's basically the audience on these may see your content, may visit your website, and may then perform actions that help you, like stick around there and link to you and expose you to other people and share you with folks. That's all great. I would urge you to invest in the social networks where your audience already goes. That's going to be valuable for you. But don't think of this as a direct SEO benefit to your rankings. Last one, keywords and links. Keywords and links are all that matter for SEO. SEO is all about keywords and links. This was actually true just a few years ago. As little as 5 years ago, 4 years ago, you could make a compelling argument that step 1, optimize for keywords. Step 2, get Z links. Step 3, profit. This model kind of worked. Then Google got much more sophisticated. The underlying underpinnings of their technology got better. And as you saw from our ranking factors diagram there, the algorithm has flattened out dramatically. It's not just a couple things that influence this anymore. We need to serve visitors well. We need to associate our domains with topics and entities. We need to be able to not just do keyword optimization, but also on-page optimization that makes sure that visitors want to stay there and don't click back to the search results. We need to do all sorts of things around rich snippets and marking up our snippets so that people actually click them. The SEO has gotten much bigger than this. If you reduce it to this, you probably lose out to someone who doesn't.